I call to order this regular meeting of the Board of Public Works this Tuesday, June 8th of 2021. We are meeting here on Zoom, and we will be going through the agenda for this day and calling for public comment for each of our items. Present tonight is Kyla Cox-Deckard and Beth Hollingsworth. First up is messages from board members. Do we have any messages from the board?
Yes, I would just like to say to everyone who works outside that we're getting into the heat, rain, and humidity and cicada season. So just be safe, drink lots of fluids, and take care.
Thanks, Beth. Next up, we have petitions and remonstrances. This is an opportunity for anyone who wishes to make public comment on something that is not on our agenda this evening. If you would like to make a public comment about something not on the agenda, if you could either raise hand or mention in the chat, we will get you unmuted.
All right, Kyla, I see Carol wants to make one, so we'll go ahead and unmute and lower her hand. Go ahead, Carol.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, great. Well, I'm here for the same old thing I've been here for the past few months, and that is to speak in favor of opening the road to Lower Cascades Park back up again. I've been speaking with a lot of people and have been surprised how many bikers want the road back open again, because they say that it is being better maintained when it's open. They're talking about potholes and branch pieces that have fallen into the road, that things that are not getting cleaned up. And they also said that they were surprised how friendly they find the people in cars to be when they're passing them. And they say they've had no problem with cars down there whatsoever. And it's actually easier with cars than pedestrians, because they can predict what cars are going to do, because the road is limited, you know, where they can go, but a pedestrian can dash out in front of you, right or left, which can be dangerous. So anyway, I just want to let you know we are continuing to talk with people and finding out how many people want the road back open again. So we're hoping that that's going to be the case in 2 weeks from tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to make me.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other public comment not related to items on the agenda? Seeing no raised hands and no comments in the chat, we will move on to the consent agenda. Within the consent agenda, we have the approval of minutes for May 25th of 2021. We have nighttime work requests from Miller Pipeline for South Walnut Street. We have continuation of parklet program, pickup, drop-off zones, and Kirkwood closure through October 31st of 2021. We've got the Blue Ridge Neighborhood Block Party and approval of the payroll register. Do we have any items that need to be removed from the consent agenda this evening? Hearing none. Do we have any public comment on anything within the consent agenda this evening?
I don't see anything. Nope.
All right, hearing none. Do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
And I second. I will do a roll call. Hollingsworth?
Yes.
Cox-Deckard votes yes. Motion passes. Next up, under new business, we have amendment number 1 to MOU with CBU for construction cost sharing on the 7th Street Bike Lane Improvements Project.
Good evening. This is Neil Copper. I'm the Senior Project Engineer with the Engineering Department. So this is related to the 7-line project, which is starting construction now. There's an existing memorandum of understanding that was executed with the City of Bloomington Utilities for installing green stormwater infrastructure as part of the project. The MOU outlines a very specific split of that funding between design and construction. We would like to update the MOU to keep the same total amount, but allow flexibility so that we can use all the funding towards construction instead of the previously specified split. Staff has reviewed the MOU and is supportive, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions from the board on this item?
No.
Any public comment on this item?
I don't see anything.
Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve amendment number 1 to the MOU with CBU for construction cost sharing on the 7th Street Bike Lane Improvements Project.
And I second. I will call for roll call vote. Hollingsworth
Yes.
and Cox Deckard votes yes. Motion passes. Next up, we have preliminary engineering contract with Shrewsbury for Bloomington Hospital reuse, infrastructure, and engineering Phase 1 East project.
Hi, Patrick Durgis here with the engineering department. This project is the first step for the city of Bloomington towards the redevelopment of the IU Health Bloomington Hospital site. The project limits of the BHRU Phase 1 East project are bound by 2nd Street to the north, 1st Street to the south, Beeline Trail to the east, and Rogers Street to the west. Project objectives include demolition, site demolition, utility coordination, transportation and public facilities, and property platting as outlined in the city's BHRU master plan. Shrewsbury was selected to design this project from a competitive RFI process, which their response received the highest score out of 6 responses. The contract is set at an amount not to exceed $1,048,880. And the funding for this was approved last night at the RDC. I'm here for any questions.
Thank you. Questions on this item?
My understanding last night is that this does not include the hospital itself. These are buildings surrounding the hospital. Is that correct?
That is correct. The hospital building itself will be demolished by IU Health. This is the section to the east of Rogers. That is a majority of this area is owned by IU Health and will be transferred to the city. And that's where this project is taking place. The master plan recommended this project, Phase 1 East, as the first step in the development, and we're following through with that part of the master plan.
Thank you for clarifying that.
And we discussed during the work session that this is the design process is following the master plan, and that the developer will be identified at a later date.
That is correct. The city will take on the construction of everything of this design, but there will be development ready lots available for future developers to come into. Correct.
And one of the big components of this is redesigning the streets and the right of way, which you had mentioned yesterday is something that the city can do well in following that. And that's one of the reasons why this is how it's being done, correct?
Yes, this I think is, I mean, again, this was I think part of the master plan, but yes, we are building the infrastructure, the storm, the water, coordinating with utilities for gas and electric connections, and then building the streets. And again, this is, you know, I feel the engineering department is well equipped to take on this type of a task, and I think it's going to be a great step to take the infrastructure burden off the developers and allow you know, probably more interest and quicker action on this site with the development ready.
Great, thank you. Any other questions from the board?
I wanted to know about Greenway Street. Is that going to be the early part of that 2 blocks, the beginning of that going to be included in this design? Or is that a later part of the?
No, the greenway, the curbless street that is in the center of the site, is included in this design. All the amenities listed in the master plan is also included in this design, including the water, the green water features. I believe there's an interactive splash pad, some linear park features. That is all included in this design.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment on this item? All right, seeing none, is there a motion?
I move that we approve preliminary engineering contract with Shrewsbury for Bloomington Hospital reuse, infrastructure, and engineering phase 1 East project.
And I second. I will call roll. Hollingsworth
Yes.
and Cox Deckard votes yes. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next up is the agreement with the Lands Group LLC, DBA Bloomington Garage Floors for installation of epoxy flooring at Fire Station number 2.
Adam Wason here on behalf of JD Boroff, our Operations and Facilities Director. So this is a contract to install epoxy flooring at Fire Station number 2. We solicited 3 quotes, received 2 back. One from the Lands Group LLC, doing business as Bloomington Garage Floors for $16,130.40. We got a quote back from Garage Flooring Solutions for $17,900, and the third quote solicited did not receive a response. And so we are asking to award this contract to the Lands Group for $16,130.40. They've met all of the city requirements and justifications for purchase, and we seek your approval.
Thanks. Questions from the board on this item?
No, I don't have a question.
Any public comment on this item?
Seeing none.
Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve the agreement with the Lands Group LLC, DBA Bloomington Garage Floors for installation of epoxy flooring at Fire Station for $16,130.40.
And I second. I will call roll. Hollingsworth
Yes.
and Cox Deckard votes yes. Motion passes. Next up, we have staff reports and other business.
Good evening again, Adam Wason, Public Works Director. Just quick staff report. College Mall Road project, the paving's complete, temporary striping's down. They'll be coming back in the next week or so to finish all the permanent striping. Well into paving season. I think we're in the stands this week and we'll be moving to other locations throughout the rest of the season. Sidewalk works ongoing in many locations. We're starting the Bloomington Transit bus stop improvements project in coordination with BT. And then we've got the 7-line project started their construction this week as well. Quick update for the board. The portion of 7th Street between Indiana and Woodlawn there along Dunn Meadow was originally going to be just a 1-lane closure with intermittent full road closures. Staff has been working with contractor. They're going to be able to cut in half the amount of time to complete that section if we just allow for the full closure for the next 2 weeks. Staff and the contractor's been working with Transit and Indiana University to make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody agrees, yes, let's go, 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 go. So that's going on right now. And for the first 2 days, been going very well. So that's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Adam, will that be 24/7 closure or just?
Yes, that is a full closure. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for the update. Next up is approval of claims. Do we have any questions?
No.
Any public comment on claims?
I do not see any, but I was really hoping somebody would ask about the supplement 38 to the code of ordinances and that expenditure, but since you didn't, I will-
I was, it caught my eye.
Yeah.
If you want to expand, you're welcome to.
Go ahead.
yeah, it's
Glad
just
to hear
part
it.
of our code updates and making sure all
Okay.
of those are updated on the regular, but
Okay.
always interesting things here. And
Yeah, there are some, but
my
it's-
favorite's always like the lettuce and cilantro for the rabbits at the animal shelter.
yeah.
Yeah. those are
Why
good.
not? They should have all they need to keep them healthy. Adam, I do have a question.
Yeah.
And it's not a complaint, I just wondered about this advertising for electric vehicle to IU for $800. What are we doing with advertising for the electric vehicles?
It's environmental
It
resilience.
is 533.20.
And that's on, so that's going to be economic and sustainable development working with the IU team. I believe they entered into some partnerships on promotion of electric vehicle charging station
Oh, okay.
locations and such. And then, but I can get a better answer for you, Beth.
Just didn't know quite
I
what.
know they've been working together on several things for quite a
Okay.
while, so.
That's good. Okay, thank you.
All right. Do we have a motion on claims?
Yes, $4,270,000, $589.55. Whoops. That got it?
Do you move approval of that?
I do, yes.
All right. I second. I will call roll.
Yes.
Hollingsworth. Cox Deckard votes yes. Motion passes. All right. If there is nothing else this evening, then I will call for adjournment.
Meeting is adjourned.
All right.